Hello everybody, this is Count Christo and welcome to part 1 of our streamed Bhutan World Conquest. We're going to take this titchy little nation here, Bhutan, not India, Bhutan, and we're going to ride it to glory. So I am running with a bunch of mods, as you'll see once we get in game. Regular difficulty, no nation buffs. None of my mods are cheat mods, but I'm not doing Iron Man mode just so that, you know, crashes and stuff can be an issue. What X mod is this? Do you mean what XCOM mod is this, Gandalf, by any chance? I thought you did. Zanga says, whoa, bashing up AI. Get over it, Zanga. Just because you want me to come and kill you in multiplayer. Alright, let's do this. It's a couple of frames dropping. I'll give it a minute, see if it evens out. If not, I'll drop the bitrate straightly. Hello, Enraged Banana Yogurt, how you doing? So, we're going to rush fascists. Which you take political effort for first, obviously, and then we're not aligned, so we can go straight to nationalism focus. We're going to kill Tibet, and then we're going to basically, as soon as we kill Tibet, we're going to declare war on China, which will be about the same time Japan declares war on China, take some land in China, use that to maybe bash the allies or kill Japan. I haven't decided. That's the kind of rough plan. Non-Iron Man equals cheats, yeah, whatever. So, mods. The checksum changing mods we are using are Extended Streamline Production, which will only be necessary until the 8th of March, which is when the next patch is dropping, and DLC for Hearts of Iron. It's the 8th of March, 2 days after my birthday. I'm very, very excited, let me tell you. I've been wanting to tell you guys for a while. Alright, political effort. Someone make this mod for me, by the way. I need C to replace Enter on dialogues. We're gonna need Weapons 1. I think we probably want to invest in Weapons 1 early. I know you say single player, but is it still single player if you let me play the US? Yes, it is not. It would not. Sorry, rather no. It's not still single player. We're gonna go basic machine tools. Construction doesn't matter right at the beginning. Thing is, we could go for like battle plan or superior firepower. Doesn't play Tibet. We'll kill Tibet though, so that's kind of the same thing. I think the thing is, delay is so good for inf.org. I think we're gonna go with superior firepower, because superior firepower is really good for cheap armies when you're on the move. We don't really have time for planning. And for ideal grand battle plan, you want to have signal companies. I think we're going to go superior firepower. And I think I am going to mainline it. Because, you know, we could be using this research slot to get Weapons 1, right? Weapons 1 aren't as good as just adding this with 20% more soft attack, I don't think. I could be wrong about that, actually. Soft attack 3 to 6. Yeah, I'm way wrong. Okay, no. Okay, forget that. Go Weapons 1 first. Then we'll go into tech, into doctrines. Okay, we're going to do political effort, so nationalism. Then we're going to rush research slots. It's pretty simple stuff. We do we have any slots? We do have 1 slot. And we will put a military factory in it. It will take absolutely donkey's years. And speed 5 away. Right, yeah, so resource-wise, it's currently costing us 10%. No, we can tank 10% to be able to actually construct. Bhutan World Conquest. What's wrong with the Bhutan World Conquest? Oh god, that's a bit odd. I've never done a Bhutan World Conquest. I've done most things in Hearts of Iron. Not most things, because there's like an infinite amount of things you could do. But I've done most of the kind of typical things. But, like, you know, Luxembourg World Conquest, a General World Conquest, you know, Soviets taking over the world, all that kind of stuff. But I have never done Bhutan. You see this border conflict, you see this with its lines and its inconsequential gameplay mechanics, or it's not hugely consequential gameplay mechanics. This is what's going to be changed in the next patch. Have you read the freaking dev diaries? I'm so excited. You can like actually fight, at least I think. I could be wrong. I think you can though, right? You can like actually fight in one region. There's like limited engagements. God, the next patch is going to be cool. And I'm not just saying that because I'm paid to do so. It's actually going to be freaking awesome. Batu gang, best gang. Dan has the best fascist name. I know. best employee. Look, just because they're paying me they're not actually paying me to say it because, you know, like, I'm not on the clock right now. But just because I work with Paradox doesn't mean I can't accurately say that patch looks so good. Okay, first thing we get, it's going to be a fascist demagogue. And you should take the younger generation take up the torch. I was looking through the files. Paradox employee promoting the next patch. Yeah, but it's going to be real good. Like, if you, I mean, I know, like, it's, you know, of course I would say that, but it's actually true. Latvia has the best fascist flag. I don't know. Dragons are pretty sick. Maybe I shouldn't be rushing fascists. Yeah, I don't think I should have rushed fascist. We might have to do a couple of iterations on this, by the way. But maybe we should have gone like a couple of factories, then fascist. Because it might be that we're not actually ready to take on Tibet by the time we're ready for war. Because remember, you know, we've got... Oh, I've made a mistake. We should have rushed out our introduction so we could start him training. There goes the Spanish Civil War, which we, of course, won't be involved in this game. Quit your job, then say it. Cody, we all know you're going to get the DLC because it's so freaking good. You actually might not. You might just roll with it on multiplayer, I guess. But that's the great thing about Paradox. Just to keep talking up my employer. I mean, they're not technically my employer. The people I work for sometimes. What's it called? Contracting. Alright, concentrated is better, by the way. I've been wrong all these years. Concentrated is better. I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong, and Kane convinced me. We are going to upgrade this straight away. I'm just going to get this down to... Still just 10%, that's not too bad. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. Ado says, for fuck's sake, I can't keep up with the meta. Concentrated is better. Make the defending troops the best you can. Okay, so the thing about concentrated dispersed, it's not as simple as concentrated dispersed. In this scenario it is, though. Basically, if you use a single factory to produce a single item for more than 400 days, for the first 400 days, it would have been better were it dispersed. For after those 400 days, it's better than to use concentrated. You literally changed to dispersed because I told you to. I'm sorry, Adaway. But if you're switching stuff up, like the thing about Kane's like meta style builds is they're great if you know exactly what you're building in what order, because in those circumstances, then you don't have to switch up your lines, because Kane will just be like, okay, I'll put a line on this, line on this, line on this, and then when he gets more factories, he knows where to put them. So not moving stuff around. Basically, concentrated is better if you're not moving stuff around. Like if you're making loads of variants and if you're switching between building tanks and planes. So basically, if you're a very good player and you know what you need, and so you build it for years in advance, then you're good with concentrated. But if you're pushing the limits and you're not excellent, which means you're going to be switching stuff around because you're kind of running right on the edge of a deficit, then dispersed is going to be better. But yeah, for big nations generally, and obviously, you know, Bhutan is going to be a big nation, you want to go concentrated, is my understanding. So second law, free trade, speaking of being meta, it's stupidly good. Like 5 factory output and 5 construction and 5 research is so freaking good. We also need a lot of army experience though to build a template. So I think I'm going to delay free trade by 1 to get a military theorist. Yes. That could be a bad decision, but I don't think we need to min-max. Like, we're just doing a world conquest as like the smallest country in the game. Are we the smallest country in the game? 453 versus 297. No, Luxembourg does have a lower core population. But Bhutan has a lot less ability to join factions, and this is going to be a factionless world conquest, by the way. You know it's serious when graphs are getting involved. There's a YouTube video by Bado Spirit, a very good multiplayer, concentration versus he shows a graph. Ooh, cool. Could you PM me that message? I'd like to read that. This gives some army experience. Honestly, that might be worth it just for the army experience and the recruitable pop. Like, if you look at our our manpower right now, it's not the best in the world. Alright, and stop training, obviously. We had more tanks than him, it was great. Oh yeah, so while I was getting things set up, as I tend to, I dropped in to watch a different streamer, streaming EU4. I tend to pick like a random Paradox game and then just choose someone with no viewers to watch. Not no viewers, but like a small number of viewers to watch. And I choose them instantly because you know they're going to reply if you say something in chat. you doing puppets? No. We're going to do full actual world conquest, ideally. We might have some temporary puppets, but then we'll integrate them. But I don't like puppets much. They're quite fun, but they're definitely great for roleplay, but I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, so I hopped into this guy's stream, and we like chatted for a while, and then I said goodbye. You know, I've got to go. I've got, I didn't say I have a stream to do, because that'd be like, you know, stealing viewers, and you know, don't do that if you go into someone's stream. But so like I said, I got to go, and he said, "Oh, bye," and then like checked my name for the first time, and saw it was Count Christo, and he was like, "Holy crap, I know who you are!" So I felt like I was YouTube famous. So that's fun. We're gonna do 10 width to start with. I think that's best. Puppets can be a pain to use. Useless divisions everywhere. What you do is you just request all the divisions and put them on ports. Steal viewers greater than not stealing viewers. Well, no, it's rude, and I endeavour to be polite. Now we duplicate, and we'll start building our. Maybe we should have built Mountaineers. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. Okay, we should be building Mountaineers. So duplicate, and then when I'm going up to 20, I'll make the new ones all Mountaineers. Sword train. What are you on about? Hey Zoom, how you doing? Been a while. Rude is permitted when you're YouTube famous. I don't care if it's permitted. It was always permitted. It's just rude, and you know you shouldn't be rude. Why am I training divisions? Goodness sake, get a handle on it, Christo. Shouldn't be training divisions to get extra army experience. And we should also switch this to the new one. Free trade. It's got to be free trade. And then we're going to have to do manpower laws with like all the rest of our political power. Concentrated ahead of time. Reinforcement rate's pretty important. Engineering companies are going to be really good for all this tough terrain we're having to fight through. Like, yeah. Well, actually, they do hills. I thought they did mountains as well. It's interesting. Is it recon? Yeah, there we go. Recon gives some mountain bonuses, but engineers don't. I didn't know that. It's interesting. I think I'm going to go concentrated. Yeah, concentrated. Always do concentrated before you do machine tools, by the way. There's just no argument on that one. Will you be a puppet master? Probably not. Concentrated industry? Since when? Since Kane explained it to me, basically. Concentrated is strictly better. Someone said something like, wouldn't it be better to do 2 width divisions to flood over Tibet? No, because they only have to defend 2 provinces, and they will occupy these 2 provinces. So we have to actually break them. Are you aware of the development of the New Order HOI4 mod? No, I'm not. I'd love to see it. Oh, sorry, Kaiser. I didn't mean to ignore you. You have to go now. See you later, then. Sorry. I sincerely did not mean to just blank you. It's very rude of me. Just one of those. These are inf ones. Ooh. Inf 1. Cool. Is the New Order mod just like the CK2 one? I haven't seen the CK2 New Order mod either, actually. Note, I am not a Nazi. It's pretty funny. Maybe we should have saved this bonus for the for concentrated rather than putting it onto improved. Oh, something I learned recently in all you know, some of the meta games I played a while ago, which was, you know, you should have realized really. If you research something to 50% and then stop researching it, and then research it with a 50% bonus, I think it completes instantly, which is interesting. Very good to know. In a couple of situations, that can be extremely valuable. Getting some really good mountaineers is going to be great for Tibet. It's going to be great for China. China's going to be a tough war. I've played one game of this before. Was it off camera? Did I stream this before? I can't remember. I will name every SS division individually and no others. The Polish campaign. Oh, yeah. In my previous game, when I played as Bhutan, I managed to take to, like, here in China before they capitulated to Japan. We make Japan's life really easy, excuse me, by opening up a second front. We are going to run with the general, just to begin with, to get them some levels. I think that's okay. We might even do a general's run, just make this real kooky. Okay, so now we've got all the army experience we need for now, so it's time to train up. We can't afford enough of the... No, we can. We can. 3 machine tools, good. I'm going to go for the reinforced rate, I think. How long do we have before the war starts? It's a little while. Should I do something else? No. Generals. Boo. No response feels bad, man. I apologize. What did you say? Could I post a link to the mods Reddit? Oh, he has insane lore. Yes, of course you can, Paolo. I have no restrictions on like links in general, like a lot of streamers do. I don't have any of that. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I understand reasons why they would, but I don't feel like I need to. We're gonna go to limited conscription, giving us enough manpower to fill this out. So it's only days till they go to war with China. I think I'm a lot slower than last time. I swear I was at war with China, like in time with Japan. Last time. Is this going to mean the Allies are going to freaking guarantee Tibet because of the war with China? What did I do wrong? Like, we rushed nationalism. I don't understand. Let's get a bit more defense. Are you doing field hospitals? Abso-freaking-lutely. You could embrace the... You managed to do a Thunderground World Conquest, so I bet you can do it too. Yeah, I don't think it should be that hard, as long as I, don't do it too badly. That's probably what happened. We probably got that earlier in my other game. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember if that was on camera or not. I think it was off camera when I was ill. But you puppet a lot. Yeah, I just don't like it. So there's Reddit. If anyone wants to go and check that out. If you PM it to me, Paolo, I will take a look. There's the war with China. Actually, that only puts 11%. Interesting. Good. How much manpower each of these should be? Yeah, 10k. As long as it doesn't go above 25, then they still can't guarantee Bhutan. Will they guarantee... Ah, that's the wrong tech. Will they guarantee China when I justify on China? They can't, because they're in a different faction. Okay. Fascist coup d'etat. That's what we're talking about. Everybody say hello to the Thunder Dragon Empire. Pretty freaking cool. Tibet. Coming for you, Tibet. I realise that I don't have divisions right now. But nevertheless, coming for you, Tibet. You still haven't built that first factory. My lord. How about El Salvador? Yeah, we could do that. Pretty easy. What do you have to do? Just, like, accept the fact that you're going to be... Oh, we shouldn't be training. Accept the fact that you'll be at war with the US, basically. Like, right from the start. And just defend your ports. Did you ask Paolo for a PM? Yeah, to that that Reddit thing. The law. It's ready the people for war. What leader traits did you get? Whoa, are this that random? Are you telling me I've never known this? Are you telling me that generic leaders have random traits? He's not generic. He's generic. Siam, not generic. Are there any... Actually, are there any generic leaders at game start? I don't think there are. Are you generic? No. You look pretty generic, but I don't think you are. Are there any generic leaders at game start? No, there aren't. So, is that random? Oh, when you have a coup. Yeah, we got War Industrialist. Pretty freaking good. Infrastructure 2. Nice. The mod is changing it. What mod? You didn't know about leader traits. I actually didn't. Does that mean you could repeatedly coup yourself in order to... like repeatedly switch ideology in order to wait until you got an ideal leader trait? Manguko has one. Let's check. I knew leader traits existed. I just didn't know there were any that weren't hard coded, like him, he has the one same thing. Yeah. Did they give it to Menkuku as well, I assume? No, he has Spirit Genghis. That's cool. I didn't know there were any that weren't hard-coded. I thought they all were. We actually have more time than I realised. We could possibly train up that extra 25% modifier. Let's do it, but let's not train. Let's not train both of them. Let's just train this guy. New tech. Do we have time to get this? Well, I guess we need it eventually. New conscription law or war economy. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. 3 factories banging out now. Okay. Hey Chris, how's it going? It's doing very well, thank you, Tesla. My throat is feeling quite a lot better. So it's not entirely better, but it's almost there. So I'm able to stream again. Plus, I finally got to announce today the release date of Waking the Tiger, which is the 8th of 14, which is pretty fantastic. Radio. Construction? Nah. Artillery, maybe? No. Let's get Pact of Rome formed. Excuse me? Excuse me? Did I not turn on historical settings? How did that happen? I didn't know that could happen. Germany is no longer unopposed. Today, I've never seen this before. Today, the respective governments of Italy, Austria, and Hungary. How long have I played this game and never seen this? 1,300 hours, I've never seen this. The 3 powers have vowed to aid each other, both military and defensively and offensively, should the need arise. The balance of power in the region has changed dramatically overnight. How did that happen? Was that Hungary? Strength of fascists, renew Rome protocols. That's so cool. Guarantee Austria. Why would you guarantee Austria then? Your faction. That's pretty funny. Can you imagine the USA D-Daying with 8 Marines in multiplayer games because of the new DLC? Well, no, because it's fine. Because all you have to do is take a port, and then you can land all of your other guys. Are you secretly a noob? Polish-Romanian alliance. I never ever play. This is. Wait, there's no alliance though. I guess they guaranteed each other. Yeah. See, Adway, this is why you might be right that I should play more. Historical focuses. This all feels like some crazy overhaul mod to me because I never play. Oh, this one gives you 20% fascist. Oh, only when you're fascist. Is that right? Military only gives you fascist support when you're fascist, because I didn't see that it was giving us fascist support earlier. Extra tech slot is going to come in mighty handy. I think it's time to bang out these 2. 8 Marines take the port while the imp take the sides of beaches. Back to Rome. Yeah, I know. CSF. Alright, probably time after military youth. This is pretty useless to us. Unfortunately, we're never going to get our 5th research slot, because you have to be in a faction. We're not joining factions. I think next we probably do armament efforts. More than 1 port to land because the supplies to bring in tanks. Yeah, but what I mean is, like, it's not as if they're neutered because they can now only go in with 8 Marines. You just send in 8 Marines, like maybe as the initial attack, and then you're going to take a whole bunch more. USA and UK is 16 Marines, 2 ports each. It's not a hard cap of 8 Marines. It's only a soft cap. You can increase it. These guys might just like win this war against us right now. I think we're gonna need this. We're gonna need this division. We're obviously gonna play the defensive. How long will it take us to throw up 1 level of fort? Month. We do just have that kind of time, but we're gonna try and do it without it. If it turns out we need fort, I'll just rerun it. That's fine. Military youth. France must use military technology. Fun. Armament effort or army effort? For right now, I think armament effort is more valuable. We're up to 2, which brings this debuff down to up to 15%. Now I think is the time. We're going to trade with France. Well, actually, I was trading with France because I was assuming they were going to die. Hungary might... Yeah, I mean, there's about to be a major war in Europe. It's going to be entertaining. Next, yeah, we need to go to extensive for sure. Be right back. A durable time. What on earth are you talking about? Hello in chat, by the way. It's 38 of you, 39 of you. Highest I've had for quite a while. Considering I haven't been streaming, it's not as impressive as it might have been, but still. Thank you for joining me. We're going to cruise through Tibet in just a second, hopefully. Probably going to wait for this deployment. Yeah, it's pretty close. Right? 25th of April? Yeah, we can wait for that. We've got, what, till May? Yeah, May. So we can launch this. Rip Christo's reading comprehension. What did he say? Edible. What is that word? Edib. It's not edible. That's not how you spell edible. Is it? My reading comprehension apparently has gone down the tubes, but there you go. Maybe now's the time for artillery. Let's go support equipment first, I think. It's cheaper. Yes, it is. That's how you spell edible. Excuse me? It's Hadarian all over again. Look, we've been over this. I miss streaming. It's a good time. It's been like a month since I've streamed properly. Native British. Shut up. More armament effort. Banging out those guns now. And you should probably stay on the left. Well, we can attack from two directions here. 3 on each seems a bit heavy-handed though. So let's do our first bit of crazy micromanagement. And do this. No. I think it's from here. There we go. And once everyone's ordered up, we will declare this war. How long do I have? Another, till 7. Oh god, okay, we better declare war before that world tension means that someone comes and guarantees Tibet. So, let's do this thing, shall we? Come at me. Okay, we should win these. Yeah, probably. We're not going to counterattack for a while because these are hills, I believe. Desert, actually. So no attack penalty into the desert. But we're going to let them just hit us for a while. How the freak do you think it's spelled? I actually don't know how I would have spelled edible. B-L-E. That is how you freaking spell it. I'm just high, apparently. So she gets experience real quick. This is why you should, well, I think. Kane disagrees, so I'm probably wrong. But this is why you should, that should be like a mantra to live by the way. But the reason I like to use generals just at the very beginning is because they get experience so incredibly quickly. So you can like rank them up a couple of times, then switch them over. Hey Execution, how are you doing today? You tried to click the pop-ups on a stream. It's making some crazy Bhutanese crack, apparently. How is China doing, by the way? China's doing well. That's very good. Because we want them to still be alive when we declare on them. If China falls before we can get to war with them, that's real bad. What we're basically doing against China is like grab the highest pop state we can find, ideally. Like the highest one that we can occupy anyway. Like if we could occupy this state, if we get just this state out of the Chinese war, that's manpower issues practically solved for the short term. You're good. I am very well. Thank you for asking. All right, we can... I'm in no particular desire to grind this war. I'm in a hurry, so we're going to attack in here. In fact, I'm going to start justifying on China right now. Only takes 50 days? Disregard. We start justifying before we win, but we don't want to justify much before we win. We win, excuse me. Fumbling my words there a little. You are definitely going to get rush deployed. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. Should be able to push them back here. We're not got the serious mod, by the way, because I didn't want, because that could be considered a cheat mod. Like if I was better at the game, I would know how to exploit that to my advantage. Chris, it's just me, or should OBS not put the start streaming and recording buttons so close together? Or at least have a confirmation box for the former. There should be a start streaming confirmation box. I like them put next to each other though, because I always press both at once. Just went live on Twitch by accident. What are you recording for? Recording while in my chat. I always press both. Well, not always. I don't always press both of them. I always press both of them while I'm when I'm streaming. so I don't have to download the VODs. Yeah, maybe this attack was a little bit early. It's okay. Support attack. Nah, I think we'll just let them go on us for a little bit more. Because these guys don't have planning bonus anymore. Yeah, so we can let them build a planning bonus. Oh yeah, right. The other thing we should be doing is steadily doing this. We actually have a deficit right now though, so let's not do that yet. Probably after this attacks fail, we'll go again maybe. Gathering clips from history videos for an update or announcement video. I see, I see. You're re-recording them to do that. Why don't you just edit them? I mean, I hate editing, but as much as the next guy, but... We're gonna win this? Probably not. Sadly. In which case, we shall support attack. Hopefully we can tank the defense while support attacking. In regards to your infamous hatred of reinforced rate of elevation, so there was a time during the Battle of 1945 Battle of Germany when a German commander disobeyed direct orders and sent his troops out into outburn center. Yeah, he's called Kliesrich. I know. Pronunciation. Christo's bad. What's he called? Klieslich? Kriegs? I can't remember. I don't think that's a crazy thing that Sabaton song's called Hearts of Iron. I think that might be the namesake. Don't quote me on that, though, because I'm not at all certain. Kriegsklick? When? It was Wensklick. Wennick. Oh. So what's the bit in the song about, like, who will live and who will die up to Kliesklick? I'm going to freaky say his name to decide. What's that about? Yeah, service by requirement already. You can see the troubles we're going to have in this campaign. Austria has capitulated. What? Italy left? Italy left the Pact of Rome. Freaking surrendering treacherous Italians, man. Art mirrors life. Oh god, whoops. That's a bit of a mistake. France bans communism, too right. You guys get in here. We're role playing, obviously. The Thunder Dragon Empire. Down with the commies and all that. So. Yeah, okay, let's finally do mechanical computer. Kriegskick. I can't tell if that's a joke, because there's kek in it. No, they reinforced the capital. It's a shame. Two goes away. Oh, right, yeah, we can all go on the same front now. Let's drive them back to the river here. Fill out here a bit. And what we're going to do to cross this river... Let them spread out, probably, then concentrate in one area. Kriegschluck. Save like 50,000 civilians. That's a lot. How many soldiers? As important, as far as I'm concerned. Right. Bit of a slow start to this campaign, I know. When we start equipping our Chinese recruits with beautiful tanks, it'll get more exciting. I promise. You can switch to a support attack. So can you, actually. Actually, you all can. Sorry, I need to keep remembering to mute my mic when I cough. It's funny, I've spent a little while ill and hence not streaming. And when I'm not streaming, even when I'm not streaming or recording, every time I cough or something, I hit the mute button. But I've gotten out of the habit now, after not doing it for a while. How long till you arrive? Excuse me? How long till you arrive? 2 days, 16. We're never going to beat them there, right? No. And I don't really want to pin them across a river. Spread out more to force them to do the same. Thing is, they have superior numbers, so spreading out more doesn't really help us. Maybe we concede this province and go hard on the capital. Let's give it a go. Because if they're going to keep putting up this this attack, it's not going to serve them well. I'm going to do a little bit of frontline min-maxing to get the max planning bonus out of these guys. According to Deep L, Kriegschluck is German for fortune. Oh, I see. Up to fortune to decide. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, they stopped attacking, so launch the counter-offensive. The capital should be enough, right? 70%. It's worth 5. That might not be enough. No one's marching into reinforce, so one of you guys can go back. 2 of you launch offensive here, just to pin them. It costs lives, though. Right, manpower is not something we can squander. Human fundraisers capitulated, so peace deal. Yep. Well, all that happened from that little Rome protocol thing is that Germany has a weird name, for one, and, yeah, more aluminium. Super Gola, hey Ciao, Christo, how are we doing this evening? I am very well, thank you. Happy to be back in the saddle, back streaming. Stop that attack. If they try and reinforce the capital, then we'll send them in, though. I saw through since Christo sent me a virus through his stream. They freaking fully reinforced the capital before I could cross the Don River. That's real annoying. How's China? Still holding strong. It's possible we should build up more before we go against China, because this terrain, I mean, there's some mountains and things, but it's not the most defensible. So we might have trouble. Get a throat sweet. Look, they're called throat sweets. It's not my fault. You don't call them that in Russia. Speaking of which, time for me to have one. Okay, big offensive from them. We should be okay. Their equipment's getting low, whereas we have a surplus. How much would it cost to throw these in? Only 200. Do it. Fortune usually means Gluck or Vermengon. Oh, okay. It's funny you have to do... Now you have to do English homework while I'm here having a normal conversation in English. That is pretty funny. You could practice for doing your English homework by like trying to use perfect grammar in chat. How many internationals will there be? Not many more, if I have anything to say about it. They're all Strepsils, you Philistines. They're not all Strepsils. Strepsils is a brand. Right? Let me check. Oi, let me Windows key. There we go. Strepsils. Oh, I didn't mean to unpause. Yeah, Strepsils are a brand. You're 100% wrong. What just happened? Czechoslovakia joined the Allies. As did Romania. That's pretty entertaining. Alliance with Italy. Yeah, I don't know. They haven't proven themselves to be that trustworthy. So we have World War II before we have a resolution to the Spanish Civil War. That's pretty funny. Will you guys freaking cross the Don River? Like, immediately upon finishing. They should do, right? Yeah, unit arrive in 0 hours. So second the sky falls. Yes. Okay, capital falls. Is that enough? Yes! Okay. Oh, right, yeah. Start justifying right now. Okay, obviously we're going to conquer. Now, are we ready for war with China? I'm not sure. Gotta love Twitch. Came here for HOI4 and now there's a debate on throat meds. Yeah. Christo streams are podcasts. I mean, honestly, I'm flattered that you would think it worthy. You would think me worthy of listening to me talk as a podcast. But I also hope that the gaming play is, you know, at least somewhat interesting. Not that I'm saying you implied that it wasn't. Right, we're down 6 iron. Time for another round of imports. Wow, look at that. 7 military factories. Outrageous. Do we want to build support equipment? Not until we actually invent engineers. We haven't done that yet, have we? No. So, the Chinese troops tend to be, you know, pretty garbage. Steel. Oh, for God's sake. Don't let them walk the attrition, you sir. Alright, genius and a poet. Gonna train some more men. What he means, in case no one gets that, is... Sorry, not no one gets it, in case somebody doesn't get that. We're all chatting to each other like we're doing a podcast. Oh, you guys are. I see, I see. But, yeah, so you should strategically redeploy. Same amount of attrition strategically redeploying and walking. Is that true? 20%. No, actually you take 0 when strategically deploying. I did not know that. Interesting. Construction 1. I think engineers. We're low on manpower, which means we're going to go hard on support companies, of course. We should invent artillery. 50 days to war with them. And we'll have our first guy in March. If I was to start justifying on, say, Communist China, it'd take 400 days. So yeah, we have to go through with this declaration, which could be bad. Do I have the infantry equipment to do this? No. We might do it anyway. 1,000 infantry equipment. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 30 days. Do it. Am I correct? 30 days. I'm a math god. Alright. Chat interaction is what seals it for me. With just enough viewers for chat to be alive, not enough for messages to go unread. Yeah, that is definitely, it's definitely a nice way. Nice way to have it. Nice balance. So, RT, artillery, signal hospital, and logistics. Logistics? I don't know about logistics in infantry. It's probably RT, hospital for sure. Signals? I don't know about signals. Logistics. I don't know about logistics with the lack of manpower. Recon attempting. Recon attempting for sure. Let's deploy these boys. Have them rush into position. Did they leave the front line after we finished justifying? They're leaving. That's interesting. How long do I have? January. Doctrine. Para. I think it's got to be doctrine again. They appear to have left the front line. So now seems like as good a time as any. Let's move in. We're moving into, well, pretty samey terrain to be honest, but there you go. It's going to take us a long time to move in, so I'm not at all convinced that we're going to actually make it in. But we are now 100% mountaineers, which is very nice. We're only down 300 infantry equipment right now. Of course, P-Rocks get called in. Japan looks like they're just starting to make gains. Might be why China decided to pull their guys from our front. Add rocket artillery and normal artillery? Don't know about rocket artillery. Although actually, we are going superior firepower, so rocket artillery is a lot more valuable. Yeah, go on, let's do rocket artillery. I never do rocket artillery. Germany wants me to join their faction. Hell no. Factionless, baby. Right, here's our first engagement with the Chinese. Going, you know, pretty well. Not great, they've got high defense, but with as low augers they have, I'm not worried. I think we're gonna see if we can see how long we can ride this initial push. One strategy I have employed in my previous run is trying to keep the front narrow by basically not advancing in the north and just rushing down here in the south. But this mountain range is so defensible, I think I'm going to push to that. Sadly, it is time to go to all adults serve. But that has given us a tasty injection of manpower. When we no longer have a deficit, we're going to start some of you guys training. Don't really want to push into 2 divisions in the mountains right now, so let's just keep pushing on other fronts. You get yourself to the front. No non-aggression pacts. Realize you can press the arrow and up arrow to scroll through your chat messages. What up arrow? You mean like the normal, just up key? Can't believe we're 8% of the way through 2019. What are you talking about? 8% of the way through 2019? Do you mean to 2019? I don't follow. See, the thing is, our front line is already almost too wide. You meant 2018. I see. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, our front is already too wide. Like, we're going to need to take one of these divisions and put it here to actually fill the whole front. Are you playing on Road to 56? No. No. I'm doing this because it's like an achievement I've never accomplished, and I'd never try and like claim it was an important achievement if it was done on Road to 56, because that mod is broken. It's fun, definitely fun, but broken, because it's look at the box underneath chat and press the up arrow next to page up. You can scroll through messages you sent previously. Cool. I haven't actually sent any messages, so I can't test this, but I believe you, of course. Let's see what we can do to push straight out here. No, Road to 56, it's fun, but it's a huge amalgamation of mods, and they're not balanced relative to each other, so it becomes a bit of a, you know, a cluster of intimacy, shall we say. I know, laughing at my own joke, but there you go. Okay, positive equipment. Let's get another division. Maybe 20 widths was a mistake. People moved on from Tide Pods and up to detergent. What are you talking about? Execution says, I wish. Right. Okay, I think we're going to try and maintain an unbalanced front. Just for border's sake, I am going to take these provinces. So like when we currently don't have enough men to man the entire front, I'm going to try and hold it anyway. And yeah, if they're going to react strongly to me, I'm going to fail. Because we can't rightly attack into mountains. But I can make some good defensive moves. Don't do that. Actually, no, let them go in there, and then we'll come in behind them. We have got strategic view adjustments on, by the way, just so I can zoom out so far and still see everything, which is glorious. Okay, get in there, cut them off, we'll wipe them out. Problem is, in terms of war participation, like, we've contributed, what's technically 25 so far? They, on the other hand, have contributed 800. So it's going to be tough to take land in this war. But gosh darn it, I'm going to try. Let's stop attacking across this river. That strikes me as foolish. We should probably pull back and be a bit defensive. Let ourselves build some more stuff. You know, our production efficiency is mounting. Production's way up. I want to take to this river. And then probably here, here, here. And that's where we'll hold for a little bit. Back in the golden days of 2005. I do not remember 2005 particularly well. I have to admit. Not for anything specific, I mean. Trump got caught cheating on his wife with Putin. Golden, dudes please. Ye olden, I'm sorry, I misread that too. I'm sure I remember individual incidents from 2005, but don't remember it as a year. How old would I be in 2005? 8, I guess. I remember a time without the internet. I don't think I do remember a time without the internet. I do remember a time when to go onto the internet you had to have a machine which went and, you know, did the whole dial-up thing. Cancel the attack, cancel the support, restart the attack, kill the division, don't follow through. Because I need you exactly where you are. I'd like to add one more guy, so we can keep a front relatively similar to the one we're currently on. Imagine the downloads, I know. You were 3 in 2005. Ah, youth, eh? I remember playing Medieval 1 Total War. That was a good time. Probably just before 2005. Oh, go on, let's take the province. The gore is too much. "2002 club respects." Damn youngling, get off my lawn. You literally just sounded like you were trying to do the Doctor Who theme tune. Yeah, it kind of does sound like it in retrospect. How does the dial-up sound go? Like, I honestly can't remember very well. So I'm going to stop. We have got Mountaineer and Desert, which is like really useful. Of course, I want to promote her to a Field Marshal. Shogun 1 was the best. I actually never played Shogun 1, shameful admission. I have I did never play it. To this day, I never played Shogun 1. Hitler assassinated! That's pretty funny. And they broke West Wall. And Romania's advancing through Hungary. Let's play it, Christo. That's pretty funny. Did you just assume its gender? What? 1v1 you in Shogun 1. You don't want to step to me in Total War right away. Hitler assassinated. Alright, let's actually read this. A group of Wehrmacht officers opposed to the war have launched a coup in Berlin. An identified party of armed men stormed the Reichskanzlei and following a shootout with his bodyguard successfully took the life of the German Führer. Surviving conspirators have all been arrested by the Gestapo. This morning, Heinrich Himmler was sworn in as the new Führer of the German Reich. In a speech before the Reichstag, Himmler accused Britain and France of masterminding Hitler's assassination, stated Germany's unequivocal commitment to the utter destruction of both nations. So that can only fire if you're in a war with the Allies and Czechoslovakia still exists. There might be some other ones. 1v1 in the original Rome, I think I'd still beat you. But you do you? Well then I'm concerned. I was good. I played Rome 1 pretty recently on stream. Pretty recently. Like a year ago. Almost. 6 months. But yeah, it was a good time. Alright, we want infrastructure, I guess. So much else to build. We may get pushed back down here. And that's not the worst thing in the world, but it is annoying. It's pretty good. Didn't play loads of multiplayer. I played a reasonable amount of multiplayer, but that was at the time. And that was when I was like 12. So you might well wish to step to me, but what did that say? What did that say? Hang on, let me go pause my own stream. What did that say? A coup in Romania. He seems more modest. Okay, so King Michael got removed in Romania. Cool. Just bring back up my other stuff. Can we 1v1, Christo? I'll be Belgium and you be Luxembourg and I'll still lose. He means 1v1 me in Zog submits to Italy. Cool. He means 1v1 me in Rome 1 or Shogun 1. We should absolutely do a multiplayer Total War stream, though, by the way. That sounds really fun. Let's try and make a slight advancement here just to shorten the front. Here and here. Doesn't actually shorten the front, does it? But it makes it smoother. And hey, you know, it's an advance. Send this guy down here. No! Why are you retreating? That's an attack move, dude. No, Zog! That was your favourite Romanian vampire. And Simmery told me what event it was. Thank you, that's nice of you. Czechoslovakia holds. Like, this is poor Germany, man. Eastern claims they're going to get Memel. Well, actually, no. It's historical focuses. Lithuania might say no. You should play loads of old games. Thing is, there aren't that many I've played. How about Warcraft 3? We should play Warcraft 3. By the way, there's no dispute on this. Integrated support is better. You seem to have stalled a bit. Play OpenTD. Yeah, they're always pestering you to play OpenTD. It's kind of fun, but I don't know. Yeah, we have stalled a bit. It's because we've run out of men to man the front, but we're making some progress. You know, we're establishing this nice front. We're making a little bit of a push in the north, so I don't feel bad. And we're banging out equipment faster than we ever have. So, that's pretty good. Is that Eve battle coming up? Maybe you could participate on stream. I quit Eve after 2 weeks of, like, not doing anything but playing Eve. It stopped. I like it too much. Like, it's so cool, and it's such a great concept, and it's like, I really like the social aspect, and I got way too into it. Like if I played Eve, I would never upload to the channel ever again. Basically. Independent state of Croatia declared war on Yugoslavia. Europe is an absolute mess right now. Why would you choose to join with the Axis right now? That is a... I mean, they actually haven't, technically, but still, that's a terrible move. And China has left the front. Okay, well, so much for stalling. Advancement time. I guess they're panicking against the Japanese offensive. Which, you know, might be justifiable. This big push into this open area here. How many spreadsheets did you look at? A lot. I started market trading. I was making crap tons of money, but killing my life. We need these men. We need fresh bodies in the north. Because of the glorious Himmler stash. I hadn't thought of that. It's a good point. Who else will stop the cluster flip coalition? Well, it's not going to be me. It wasn't going to be me anyway, because, you know, I'm a noob, but I did have a good time. Made $500 million in 2 weeks. Good times. But yeah, like I woke up in the morning and like had breakfast, played Eve. Then around lunchtime I do like some uni work and then Eve again. It was not good. I was like how Adaway actually thinks my life is, but like in real life, because like Adaway doesn't think I do any work, or at least I get the impression that sometimes Adaway thinks I don't do any work because of how much I upload. Oh wait, I said the AI abandoned the front. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they just fell back to this mountain defensive line, because that looks like where we're finding them in the south. I think we should switch this up and build some of these. And we'll represent them with arrow for them and sword for these guys. New thing to change. Army review is pretty good. Army defense is good too. Rather army attack, obviously, but I don't know how you find time to do off-screen HOI4 and EU4 campaigns. It's like binge playing, basically. Like Adaway, in case you didn't notice about him, like is normal human being, and so we'll play like EU4 and HOI4 for like a reasonable length of time. Like I think, is this fair to say, Adaway? Like maximum 3 hours. You just spent 3 days working in After Effects, you're not want to talk. Yeah. But like normally a recording session with Adaway is like 3 hours-ish. Whereas like if I sit down to play a game of EU4, like I will sit down at lunchtime and play until 2 AM. And there'll be a brief pause to have dinner. Like I'll do work in the morning, and I can often get my uni work done by like 2 PM. And then I'll play from 2:30 on like for 12 hours. No problem. Adaway's a normal human being. Well, it's true. Non-aggression pact from Japan. Nope. You couldn't do that. Yeah, I mean, I just always have been. I have been able to, that is. Oh, right, you're actually pocketed, I didn't realise. Like, it started, me and my friend Theo, IRL friend Theo, back when we were, like, 9. I used to go around to his house every Saturday, and then Saturday evenings, we would play games till, like, 4 AM every Saturday. It was great. You do your most productive recording in the mornings. Oh, to be clear, I could never record for 12 hours. My voice would die, and my brain would die, and I would just be like, I must stop talking. But playing is a different matter. That's why I don't like recording EU4, because EU4 is a game that I love to binge play. Let's invent recon. And when we're ready, Inf 1 can get both of them. We have a big deficit right now? Yeah. Should probably stop trying to do these until we've cleared that deficit. And no, no, no. No making headway against me. We need to keep a very close eye on the front line to make sure no one is attacking, because, you know, pretty sparse front line, in case you haven't noticed. We might have to fall back again, but every time we take land, you know, we're getting more score here, up to almost 100. Manpower? Yeah, it's not great, is it? What mods are you using? Oh, you're asking if I'm using the manpower mod. Good lord, no. It's cheating. Manpower mod is cheating. And this is a no cheat mods run. He's asking, Paolo, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's asking, are we using the manpower mod? To which the answer is no. We have already done both of these though, which helps quite a bit. Is it doctrine time? I think I have one more doctrine bonus, right? Yeah, so we're going to do doctrine next. So I guess equipment effort. We are going to want to use the mechanized effort to good effect. We push down here. It's a nice defensible tile if we can take it. We're going north, yeah? Yeah. Good timing in there. What are you linking? Are those some of the mods I'm using? Are you supposed to take over the world if you don't have manpower? Watch and find out. Skill. Cunning. Dedication to the cause. We're going to need to fall back in the north a bit. That's fine. There's not much to be gained up here anyway. It's desert. What desert is this? What's the name of the desert up here? Is there a desert up here? Because when there's desert training game, that doesn't necessarily mean there's like an IRL full-on, you know, precipitation under X millimeters per year. I dare you to do a no troops run. How would that even work? That might be one challenge that I am not up to. I would love to advance just a tiny bit more here, so we can actually control this state. Oh, we actually do control this state now. Good. Okay, well, I'm content at this current line. In that case, you three can go on your own little front line, because I just want you guys to stay there. Although, ideally, I'd like to swap you out for the worst guys, because you appear to be some of the better ones. So, you, for example, no, you're one of the better ones too. You are the best one. Please, background noise. He's drinking. I haven't drunk recently. Hang on, let me listen to my own stream and I'll check if we're getting bad background noise. I don't hear anything. Listen to my own stream and I'll check if we're getting bad background noise. There's a very slight hum. I don't hear anything. Sorry, that sound a bit trippy from your end probably, but there's a slight hum. It doesn't sound that bad though. So what are you going to do about manpower? I'm going to take over the world. Wow, that's pretty loud. Is that the right volume? Oh, I think I adjusted my headphones. I have a new headset, by the way, which I'm very pleased with. What are you going to do about manpower? We're going to take over the world with not much men. That's pretty much it. If I could do it in Kaiserreich, I can do it in this. We've conquered the world in Kaiserreich's island. And Vanilla is much easier than Kaiserreich in terms of world conquering. Because in Kaiserreich, that means you have to beat like 8 different factions. Vanilla really means it's basically 2. Can you do a slow explanation of how you micro a front line? And how you work with just one front line? One field marshal commanding all your troops. Not very well. I think I could show much better than I could tell. Basically, the only difference if you're using one field marshal rather than a bunch of generals is you assign, you know, if I have another front opening up over here. Hang on, you're the one making an attack move right now? Yeah. Back him up and switch to support attack. So you would like grab this guy and just make a new front line over here. And you do that rather than assigning a new general. And it's as simple as that. And you can always see, you know, what units are assigned to something by selecting it. Your tutorial series doesn't go into detail on it. I will do another video. The tutorial series should be restarting soon, now I'm a bit better. I'm going to revisit some of like the topics in the tutorial that the tutorial series didn't cover enough. But basically, it's almost exactly the same as playing with generals, except there's less micromanagement. Crystal likes champagne. I do like champagne. How could you not like champagne? Actually, my dad doesn't like champagne, so that's a question that answers itself. You should go back on there. When I have a really big front, it'll be a lot easier to show you. Does anyone actually use generals? Yeah. Role players. People that haven't been told yet how much better these are. How much better field marshals are, that is. But yeah, people actually do, for sure. Let's players wanting to make it look cool. I guess that kind of comes under role players. You tried and hated Prosecco. What? You've never had actual champagne? Adaway. I should start like inviting you to like my like New Year's parties and stuff, so you can have proper champagne. That's outrageous. You've never had champagne. Prosecco's great. This evening, though, I am on the gin and tonic this evening. Defies Kate, are you building Cass? Not yet. Look what I'm building right now. We got a slight deficit there. How you doing, Kane? I will build Cass, though, don't worry. This is problematic. Right, you come south. I don't really want to extend it right now. We need our 10 widths to come out. Glug, glug, glug. You also know someone else who doesn't like champagne. That is correct, my dear Comtesse. I do know someone else that doesn't like champagne. Comtesse is an asti gal. I hear. Why is no one replying with the next lyric? What do you say, sorry? I'm a poor boy from a poor family. Nobody loves you, anyway. Isn't that something like the next line? Spare him life, this life from this monstrosity. I actually don't, like, couldn't give you many of the words from that. Is it worth it to upgrade planes? What do you mean by upgrade? Do you mean variant? If you mean variant, absolutely. Invite faction from the Germans, no. Man, this unfilled front is distressing. But soon, freaking Bohemian Rhapsody, you plebs. I knew it was Bohemian Rhapsody, I just don't know all the words. We know, we just don't care. Yeah, what he said. Please don't advance into the gaping holes in my defences. Yeah, manpower is becoming an issue. We might have to go to scraping the barrel. Which is really annoying because it's only a 5% boost. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean like fighter 2. Oh, yes, a lot of the time. Poland too easy for you these days? Well, I've done it, haven't I? So. I think we're probably gonna win this. Maybe not if they keep at it for a while. That's okay. We can lose and just go back. But yeah, this is probably easier than Poland. What do you mean you don't know all of those? What kind of a Brit are you? Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality? Is that it? But Poland is probably harder than this. It's just that I've never done Bhutan World Conquest. And I feel like you have to like, be elite single-player HOI4 god. Oh yeah, by the way, check this out, Kane. I forgot to turn historical focuses off. Native British. Christo drinking champagne. How are you supposed to get manpower? Like, relatively easily. We're just gonna take China. And there's manpower in them their hills. Cycling this guy. China is bleeding against us. We're up to 100 points. How is Japan doing? We're at 1,000, so we're at 10% of their points right now. But that's about how much I expected to get, to be honest. 1.25 thousand manpower. It's plenty. How many men have we lost so far? It's only at 16.5 thousand. It's not that bad. We're just a total of like 20,000. This army is smaller than some of EU4's armies. It's not, actually. This is 90,000 men right here. Can you do this in Kane mode and only use 2 with Cav and Cast, please? I probably couldn't do that. You should show me you doing that at some point, because I've never seen that. Have you ever been to New York? No. The only time I've ever been to the Americas, I went to Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada, and I was only there for about 3 days. But no, I've never been to the US. I don't really want to. 80k is what the Ottomans have by 1950. By 1500. That is... I mean, you probably could have that as the Ottomans by 1950, but like within your force limit, you would struggle to have that by 1950. I would anyway. And I'm no EU god, but I did get my 1 faith yesterday. Or, not yesterday. 3 days ago? Something like that. More than a nuffy does sound pretty fun that way. You want to go to the US someday with lots of places to tick off in Europe first. Yeah, I mean, Europe is closer and cheaper and, like, has a lot less gun crime. I honestly think I'd go visit Kane in Australia before I went to America. Where would I most want to visit in the US? I'm not sure. Ooh, what was that? Kane just subscribed. Kane, you're very generous. Is that helping towards my train ticket? Sorry, my plane ticket down to visit you in Australia. Contest says you should go to New York City at some point, and Canada in the autumn and winter. Why would I go to... Why? I mean, you know, open to suggestions. Why would I go to Canada in the autumn and winter? Like, what advantage does Canada have over Scotland? You can ski in both, and Canada is a lot bigger, more expensive. The people are more polite. What just happened? You declared war on Luxembourg. Himmler, what are you doing? I love how they've just maintained this little noodle out into Württemberg. Why is this state called Württemberg? Shouldn't this be called Bavaria? Isn't this where Bavaria is? Like, basically right here. Maple syrup. We have maple syrup here. That's not Bavaria. No. What the hell, Christo? Alright. I'm sorry. I take it back. Bavaria. Oh, God, it's close. So I'm looking at this map. Bavaria is, like, here. I was pretty close. Come on. It's like, it's pretty much this area. But I mean, come on. It's like, this is like at least 1/3 Bavaria. What is that region called? Well, yeah, okay, Württemberg. So, to no one's great surprise. Oh dear. Subtle bribe, so you can get Paradox to fly you out to PDXCon. I don't think I have that kind of pull yet. And the yet is optimistic as heck. Let's try and push in here a bit. Shorten this front line so we're not quite so stretched out here. Are these guys almost done? Yes. We're going to rush deploy them, of course. Christo loses cognitive function without his daily throat sweet supplement. I have had 3 in the course of this stream. Württemberg is where Mercedes and Porsche factories are located. Ah, good to know. Russian Vice says, I'd rather go to Scotland than Canada, and a video. What's the video for? Time for scraping the barrel. Indeed it is. Thank you for the heads up. Wow, that manpower. And that's all of it. Why is it only applying it? Strangely. Let me wait till the daily tick. Oh, it's reinforcing units in the field a bit. Okay. We have to go with 10 wits, basically. The various exports as a native Prussian. It's just rude. 13,000. Now 7,000. You insult everyone there. They hate Bavaria. In Württemberg. Why is that? Was there some war or something? Yeah, that's pretty worthless to us right now, isn't it? I know that Kane wants me to go this way for the air superiority, but I might go this way. We'll see. Is that air superiority a additive or cumulative bonus, Kane? Or anyone else, but I just know Kane will know. At least I assume he will, otherwise I will harass him about it. France is no longer exporting to us. Why? Been a bit aggressive, I guess. It's import from... No, the UK. We don't want to buff Soviets. Excuse me? We are using 20 out of the 20 convoys required. Excuse me? We don't need... Why would we need convoys? We don't have coast yet. I thought you didn't need convoys until you had a coastline. Interesting. Okay, well, Soviets it is then. Actually, Germany, because I think Germany is going to just die soon. I would love to see, like, to be a fly on the wall right now. See Germany's situation. Like, this is the kind of situation I'd set up for a custom scenario. And she's building a stairway to Devon. Those village tribes down in southern Germany are weird. That's just rude. You love Berlin. Best city ever as a tourist. I don't know. Berlin? Like, it's not very pretty. Paris is pretty nice. Paris is very nice as a tourist. Alright, you guys are definitely getting rush deployed. And we'll send them south. I want to try and make a bit of a push. Take this area, take this river. So let's get them in here. Is it time to promote her? I think it might not. I think maybe we promote her after this war. And because we're just riding out the mountain buffs. And she's getting levels up so fast. Let's get it to level 6, then promote her, so we're not wasting that 26 experience. Budapest is lovely. Never been to Budapest. That is definitely on the list, though. Let's make some headway here. Berlin is really great to rent an apartment and live in the city for a while. Yeah, I'm not really into that. Not to say you shouldn't be, but where are you from? I am from Sheffield. I currently live in York, though. Read it, it answers your question. Sorry, what? The thing you last sent. Bavaria betrayed the German alliance against Napoleon by backstabbing Württemberg. Ah, okay. Makes sense. I can see how that would cause a little bit of resentment. Doctrine efforts. Probably time. Probably time. We want. We are going to want those field hospitals. They're expensive as heck, but with our manpower. They're necessary. We're not going to be able to cross that river. I was thinking, you know, they're at low org, but no, not yet. I'm being an idiot. Like, don't attack across rivers. It's just foolishness. Let some of them leave. There we go. Krakow is awesome. Oh yeah, go live with souls. Is he still in Krakow? Near Krakow? Let's stop this bit of the offensive here. We just need to take some land here and we can gain the manpower that way. Japan's still making very slow progress. Good solid position though. Nice river defense here. Nice river defense in the north, and then lots of open territory to really crush through there. Oh, a bit of an autosave glitch there. Does he come from the land of the ice and snow? Where the something and the something blows? How does that song go? Japan always sucks. What? Japan's great. Not that I've been. But my parents lived there for quite a while. I know, I'm attacking across the river again. Which is the worst one? The arrows, I think. Man, this freaking river tile is giving me conniptions. Get in there, across the river. I would just like this tile, please. Rush deploy one of these guys. Excuse me. Brown manpower again. Rush deploy one of these. No. Rush deploy one of these guys. No. Oh, right. Well, never mind. One goes here. One goes here. You two come down here. Because they're good divisions, so we could use them in the south. So how is non-core state supposed to give you manpower? So there's 1 million people here, right? Of that, we get recruitable population of 6.52 thousand. It's not a high number. I'll give you that. But we get some. What amount do we get right now? 0.63 of non-core states. So if we take this, you know, a fair amount of manpower. I mean, ideally, Japan would get like thrown entirely out of China. That's how we get most land in this war. Manpower is going to be an issue, though. Don't get me wrong. We might have to dissolve our 20 width divisions and turn them all into 10 widths just to win this war against China, because Japan's not pulling their weight. Construction, maybe? Let's get some decryption bonuses. Right, finally, we're going to break this freaking mountain tile. Does Sahara merely mean desert? The Great Desert. That's pretty funny. Like pen number. Or ATM machine. Redundants. Redundants everywhere. Let's try and pocket this guy. We lost. Oh no, we won. They're just retreating. Okay, good. I was like, I thought we were taking the mountains. I was concerned. Mount Fuji translates to mountain. That's great. I didn't know that. Christmas from the deep dark north, where the days are short and the mines are deep. Well, you're not wrong. So I heard the English word for spruce tree comes from Prussia. Apparently when Poland exported them, they said they were Sie Pruss, meaning from Prussia. But the merchants thought this was the name. That's pretty funny. Oh, China's leaving. I love it when this happens. Oh, okay. This is probably why they're leaving. No? Yeah, this is why they're leaving. Okay, Paradox. I'd like to report a bug. Someone write this bug report for me. This will have just happened, right? There will have just been this new front line created against here. And because there's a new front line, they're like, oh, there's no one deployed to that front line. And it deployed all these guys. That's my suspicion. I'm going to tag China. I'm not going to unpause, don't worry. To check if I'm right. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, never mind. What's Bhutan's tag? But. Tag. But. Debug. Tag BHU. Really, I shouldn't be that surprised that it's not but, to be honest. Right, got that pocket off. Good. Get him. Okay. During the French go in for a cafe, bistro comes from Russian language from Napoleonic times. I think I did know that. Wasn't that because there were Russian soldiers in France who wanted food fast? And so, like, bistros are the places they could get it like, quickly, rather than having to wait for a long time, or something like that. Maybe that's just an old wives' tale, I don't know. But that's the story I've heard about the origin of the word bistro. Did I say old wives' story? I mean old wives' tale, obviously. Wow, they have 0 org. Not 0, 5. They have 5% org and they're still holding against this river crossing. Okay. Oh, the Soviets have shown up. That's annoying. Alright, well. We'll see what we can do to manage that particular situation. Is one of you crossing? Yes, good. Should be able to kill Soviet mechanized division though. Let's see what we can do to rush down here. Come on, Japan. I mean, I'm torn, right? I want Japan to pull their weight. I also want them to not pull their weight. Now they've just all retreated. Now's a good time to do this switch. No, not Inf1. This one. And then do this. We honestly just need the bodies. Or rather, the divisions, because there'll be the same number of bodies. It's a great shame, because we lost all the experience. Which doesn't make much sense to me. Well, I guess it does. You're losing cohesion and things on the units. Let's punish the Soviets for assisting our enemies. See what we can do to pocket them here. Taking Chongqing will be very good. Make cav and encircle them. Yeah. Maybe I should have like full cav. Like 2-width cav to VP rush. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I found out embarrassingly recently that you could do that to create a new division, by the way, in the division designer. Let's do something like this. Get 12 divisions of cav. What am I building? Still infrastructure. We got space for factories yet? Yeah, we do. Okay. Just build mills. We'll get civs out of. We'll get civs out of China. No, don't cancel. Just put a bomb. How long till you cross? Not too long. Just chain into here. Whoa. The Soviet infantry is a problem because they have, yeah, they have artillery. I can see why. Reorganization efforts. Honestly, 2 civs right now, not bad. Equipment effort, probably. See you, execution. When will you be streaming until? I'm not sure. What you were working on earlier. Oh yeah, so what's the announcement? United Kingdom exerts influence on Turkey. Interesting. Actually, you go there so we can take Chongqing. I think that would be pronounced because the Q is a C, right? I apologize for my Chinese pronunciation, by the way. I'm sure it's appalling. Dun, 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 dun. Publicly, that historiograph is a thing. Ah, cool. Expecting its inaugural video to come out on Friday. I repeat, and I happen to know that the Comtesse agrees with me on this. You should re-release... Wait, was this the Comtesse or was it Adaway? Not Adaway. Was it Chu or Lambert? I think it was the Comtesse. You should bring out Manpower. Yes, I know. Isn't that glorious? I actually hadn't noticed. I thought you were saying it was empty. So I was saying, I know. Yes. 357,000 out of Chongqing. That's so good. Look at it. All right. Well, with 2-width cav, when they're actually fronting the front line, that's not going to be as useful, but... Yeah. Yep. We can get all kinds of divisions now. That's so good. So we just have to make sure we take this state. Sichuan province. Sichuan, that's where... what's the big-ass dam called? The... I can't remember, but it's like here, I think? Somewhere near here. It's at the confluence of a bunch of these rivers. I think it was in Sichuan province. I'm not certain. But yeah, Adaway's videos are great. Like Baz battles. Slightly longer. And cooler in terms of like stories. Like Adaway's storytelling, I think, is better than Baz battles. I had a family gathering this weekend, Adaway. I showed like 6 of my relatives your videos. It was awesome. Because our great uncle's in the Arctic convoys, so they were all interested in that video. You've definitely been watching Bad Battles and looking at how they do things. Yeah, not surprised. They're really good. And very popular. Get out of here. I don't see Adaway making the history of the world anytime soon. No, that could take a while. I swear my whole family has seen them. Well, they're really good. If you guys haven't watched Adaway's history videos, like, do so. Because they're extremely good. Right, so what I was saying earlier, I never actually finished my thought. Oh, God. He just decided to not encircle us. Interesting. You should, once you've uploaded, if you want to upload one different video to be like the inaugural thing of your historiograph thing, that's obviously fine, but you should absolutely re-upload every history video to the historiograph channel. Absolutely. Manpower's the big issue right now. We could go to gentle to get more manpower. 10% more. Let's do it. Also helps with the resistance build up, in that it means there's basically none. You have a number of ideas. I imagine that I'll have to tilt. I will have more of a tilt towards 20th century stuff, since there's less of it about. Yeah, it could be interesting. You're going to remaster them. That's right. Sorry, you already told me that. Interesting fact, word fact. Sahara comes from an ancient Greek word meaning scorched, because of the myth of Pathan flying his father Apollo's sun chariot too close to the earth and burning it. Did someone whose name began with B tell you that recently by chance, Contest? Oh no, that wasn't Ben that was reading that book. It was that was my cousin. Sorry. Why do you know that, Contest? New visuals, new record audio, more research. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Come on, Japan. No, I've kind of taken this is basically what I want from China. I'd like to take this one of these down here for the resources, but like, this province is what I really needed to be in control of. So now I am. I kind of just want the war to end. By the way, so if you check my Discord server later, you can watch Friday's videos. You're a Patreon. Ah, cool. Looking forward to it. I'm explaining Patreon to my relatives over the weekend. I don't think they got it. I think probably regrouping seems good. Why am I pushing here? Short on the front line. Yeah, it's valuable. It's good to sometimes reassess. Figure out if your push actually makes sense. Because a lot of the time, there's no reason to attack. Like right here, we don't have the men to hold this right now, so I think until we can do this, didn't make sense to continue fighting just there. Okay. Any interesting non-World War battles in the 20th century? Yeah, of course. Korea? Korea was so freaking close. Like the North Korea took all the way up to like here, and then the Allies pushed back. The Allies, NATO pushed back. It's crazy. IA back. Shlee ruined it. Welcome back, Zeph. They're doing a pretty determined push against us here, aren't they? Cease all offensives. Let's counter this. We mustn't lose this tile. It is of primary importance that we do not lose this tile. Let's deploy the cav. I'm not certain about the efficacy of the cav, really. But hey, they'll fill space, and we can... Excuse me? Would you please? Thank you. One downside of extended streamline production. This is extended streamline production. Strategic view adjustments. Makes the arrows very thin. Crew is a massive bounce. I know, it's crazy. What about Hill 3234? Never heard of it, actually. What was Hill 3234? You'll do a bunch. I look forward to it, Adaway. Since they're doing a really big push, and we should fall back from the less defensible areas. This mountain, sorry, is very defensible though, so I'll try and hold that. And obviously the city is ideal. Behind a big major river in a city. Ideal to defend and imperative that we do so. So no falling back there. Cav can go here as like a cycling distraction, essentially. Cavs can redeploy in here. Key thing for you is research time. Yeah, no, I bet. Now, I'm sure you could bang them out a lot faster, but they would be diminished to the extent that it would be not worth it. In my opinion, anyway. No, I don't want to join your faction, Germany. Who would want to join this? My lord, what's going on? Yugoslavia making some gains, retaking their territory. Bit of a push into Czechoslovakia in the south here. Italy making serious gains in the south, in Aquitaine. As Christo knows, D-Day will be coming this year. Hype! Looking forward to it. Let's see what we can do to get in here. Italy to cover on Greece. Very sensible. Alright, a push down here could be a good pocket. Let's give it a go. And the cav can run away with it while the infantry follows up behind. Maybe I should go more bold. Maybe the pocket should be here. try a cav nonsense push through here. Just fill that hole. Yeah, this is serious risk here. Let's have you go up here. These guys are busy attacking here. Otherwise, the Siege of Vienna. What do you mean the other one, sorry? Equipment effort, I guess. I know I can min-max like precisely when I take all those focuses to get like optimal results, but I'm not going to. I think the fact there's so many of their men on my front means that Japan is going to start making serious gains, because this must be too many. Like they have, yeah, they have about 100 divisions. They can't afford to put this many on my front. At least I don't think they can. No, they plugged that hole there. So no real cancerous push there. Machine tools going to be very helpful. Yeah, let's get that description bonus finally. Click the link already. I'm not clicking the link, I'm busy. I'm fighting a war here, man. You don't need to retake that tile, it's not important. And I could do with you up here, to be honest. Well, we desperately try and hold up here. Concerned. I'm concerned. It's not easy, this. The siege is pretty tough. Like, there were a lot of sieges of Vienna. When was the Winged Hussars relief? I know it was September the 11th. Or 12th. Well, it was... I think it was September the 12th in the morning. I think I let them take this tile. I'm going to be distracting the cav. Because we mustn't let this fall or we lose all our manpower. Although, of course, we can store it. And we kind of already have, to a certain extent. Let's just get these guys out. Get ye selves to the front, please. We are going to get a bit of a pocket down here. It's excellent. Why all these Sabaton memes in my Christian Twitch chat? What do you mean your Christian Twitch chat? Because I love Sabaton. Sabaton's real good. How is... the Charge of the Wings of Solace, though, is not a Sabaton meme. It's like a historical event. September 11th. Yeah. 29 now. What do you mean 29? Oh, divisions. Oh, good lord. I didn't notice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I know it's going to make you temporarily worse, but we are going to promote. An Anatomy of a Battle series. What kind of thing? Like here's how generally battles played out in a certain period or something like that? Sounds interesting. Let's pocket this in stages. We can get these guys and then get these guys. And then buffing up their defense here. Oh, nice. They've just actually flooded the interior. That's very helpful. Oof, it's a close run thing, this war. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. A whole bunch of zero war guys rushing in. Don't want to rush too many of them out, is the thing. Fourth tries the charm. Hill 3234. 40 Soviets versus 550 Mujahideen. Mujahideen, I think is how you say that. 6 Soviet deaths, Soviet victory. Who are the Mujahideen? Aren't they... They sound kind of Indian. Who are the Mujahideen? We do not want to lose this city. We do not want to lose this city. Urgently. It bears repeating. There's 4 people defending it right now. If we stop, some of them will probably leave. So for World War II, I can talk about divisions and armies. You're talking about... I mean, I can series where I'm talking about battalions, companies. Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be interesting. They were Muslim resistance fighters in Afghanistan. Okay. Cool. Wait, you said 50... Oh no, it's 40 Soviets. I thought you said 50 Soviets and 40 deaths. So that'd be insane. Would it not be much harder to talk about battalions and companies and things because of the lack of information? Or is there a fair amount of information on that stuff from, like, I don't know, diaries and stuff, more recent stuff? Stuff a lot of times in that sentence, isn't I? We're holding on by a thread over here. It's pretty bad. What was Kat's idea? Talk about the whole USS and their divisions. I bet I'd get a lot of views. Might also get BuzzFeed writing about you. Pre-computing good. Straight into extra decryption, I think. Then again, it is 40. God, I should have been doing this a lot earlier. Alright, let's push them back from John Tring a bit. There is an opening, Cav. Send in the hussars. Where? I don't see an opening. I may have missed it. Open province. No, yeah, I understood. I just don't see it. Alright, push it here. Let's have the Cav try and rush straight in afterwards to pocket these guys in the south. I think you're losing, buddy. I am not losing. The Thunder and Dragon Empire does not know how to lose. We're up to 200 and almost 250 war score. That's pretty good. I'd like to push them back from this tile to shorten the front. Okay, so moment of truth. Do we go sensible play for this later on in the game when we have air? Or do we go easy, persistent buffs? The 10 infantry org. Well, it's actually compared to 5 though. So the 5 extra inf org is hard to turn up. But this all frontline battalions? Whoa, wait, does that include tanks? Whoa. That's good. This one gives 2 as well. I didn't realise. That's pretty strong. Alright, fine, fine. We'll go out and battle. I mean, I know it's better overall once you get planes, but... Count Christo weather forecast. Is it raining in the UK? No, it currently isn't raining. Leave. And... It is clever the Indians People's Republic. What is this game? No, that's strange. I've not seen that before. Indians clever Indians People's Republic. Cool. Alright, new focus. Sure. I mean, going towards army. Honestly, give me the 2 civ factories. Oh, okay. It's an open city. Better than just an open province. Who rules those Indias? We've still got the same old governor dude, Lord Linlithgow. And on the other side, look at that hair. You can tell why people follow him. We have Krishna. Isn't Krishna a god? It's raining hard up here on the outskirts of Edinburgh. Ah, you're sending it south to us, aren't you, darn Scots? See if we can pocket these 3. Still holding fine in the north. In fact, the Japanese have reached us. Time to carve through up here. Cool. Did you just get a bro crush on the Legion of the Indian Choir? Get a bro crush, but come on, look at his hair. I don't actually think he looks attractive, but he just looks kind of amusingly suave. That was not correct, you ass. I live 20 minutes away from Linlithgow. Do you? I didn't know that was a place. How do you actually say it? Linlithgow. Linlithgow? Do you enjoy single player? Or do you play it to maintain your YouTube channel? I don't play my YouTube... I don't record to maintain my YouTube channel. Mostly. I record because I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it. I make almost no money out of this. You're not judging. I know you're not judging, but I just, like to be accurate. And like others to be accurate in their dealings with me. And thoughts about me. Conquest is Conquest. But yes, I very much... It's pronounced Linlithgow. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so when people say, like, you should do edited videos, you'd get way more views. I know they're right. I just don't care. Because I don't like editing. I'm not like HOI. I can't spend... I'm not saying HOI likes it, but I can't spend years in an editor and feel rewarded, even when the final product would be way, way better. He gets 6 billion a day from Paradox. Well, as long as your 6 billion was like a small enough denomination, that might be true. But yeah, I don't do YouTube to make money or something. Editing's not worth it, not for Let's Plays. Yeah, I think you're probably correct. Like, I enjoy watching edited videos every once in a while, but I don't know. For Let's Plays, I like getting the raw experience of the gamer involved. Like, I like understanding what they're thinking and getting their kind of stream of consciousness. Plus, if it's like the kind of Let's Players I enjoy watching, they have something, worthwhile saying in a kind of constant stream of consciousness. And I'm amazed that people think I do, because like I'm not convinced I do, but I'm not going to complain. And people are of the opinion that I am. Let's Plays buy a larger quantity product, yeah. And I like them that way. Like, I like having before I did YouTube, what I would do whenever I played a game is I'd watch a Let's Play, like, contemporaneously. I could just say at the same time, couldn't I? No, they're going to get out. Some of them are, anyway. Well, hopefully we can catch these two. Doesn't look like it. In which case, make them pay for every step backwards they take. Attacking guys on retreat's always good. The time you spent editing could be spent recording more Let's Plays. Well, yeah, the thing about that is that for me, it's not just like, I could have more videos up and therefore more views and stuff. It's more like playing games is what I enjoy. Like running, maintaining a YouTube channel is not. It's not that much fun. It's not nearly as much fun as like HOI4. So what I want to be doing is playing HOI4. And if I'm editing, I'm not playing HOI4. So I'd much rather be just playing another episode than editing. Soviet influence in Europe. The Soviet Union is expanding. Oh, look at that. So they are. I hadn't realised. Soviet Union's war with the Allies. Our next target's probably the Soviet Union then. Via Sinkiang. I really wish we could just take this freaking tile. Japan, you're making a shameful display. People say online, like, oh, Japan's overpowered. They always roll over China in the first 2 years of the war, or 1 year of the war. It's really boring. I don't understand. I never see that. I guess industrial concern. It's pretty freaking late for an industrial concern. But, and yeah, let's switch it over. I know we have a huge deficit, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm impressed that Germany has held out this long, but the inevitable Netherland border war is is coming. This pocket is going to be God almighty. All right, let's put down to 1 here. Surely you incompetents can take out 1 division to get this pocket off. Let's pin them. Himmlerstash. In your game, China always wins. Yeah, that's what I usually see. Of course, like, balance will hugely change on the 8th of March when the next patch drops. I'm sure. Well, I mean, I'm not sure, but it seems likely that the balance would change. Why is Heinrich Himmler in the German Reich? There was an assassination plot which succeeded against Hitler, and Himmler replaced him. Can't have them weakening this tile this much. Let's push them back. 8th of March! I know! So cool. Oh, right, yeah, you guys, hello. Get yourselves down here. Whoever was, by the way, in chat, if you're still there, who asked the question about how you organize big fronts. It's just like this. It's just exactly the same as Sinkiang in general, except like there's more men. That's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. Simple stuff. So how's our contribution doing versus Japan's now? Concentrate fire plans. 350-ish. And they're at, yeah, they're at 1800. We're gaining. Definitely gaining. March the 8th. I'm afraid I don't follow. What is that a reference to? Oh, I'm such an idiot. You forgot one dude in the north. Thanks, I'll check. As in March the 8th. As in the date. Not freaking, like, March the... I was thinking, like, March as in walk. The 8th army somewhere. Such an idiot. Oh, dear. Yeah, we should get straight into this, actually. What about it? What about what, Super Jailer? Am I saying your name, by the way? Right, by the way? I assume I'm not. No, non-aggression. I could actually create a faction with Japan right now if I wanted to. March 8th. Oh, March 8th. It's the release date of Waking the Tiger, the new awesome DLC. And patch. Patch. Does the patch have a name? I should really know this. Like, it's my job to promote it. I can't remember. How does the whole pinning and surrounding mechanic work that he uses? How do you micro and encirclement? How do you attack Italy as Germany and the low supply without taking ridiculous losses? Well, the last one is a much more complex question, which I'm not going to go into right now. Cornflakes. Thank you, by the way. Just give you my job. The pinning thing is if you see a unit that's moving that you don't want to be, attack it. And as long as it's in the process of defending, it can't move. So, for example, if there was a unit here, but no units here, here, and here, and you saw a unit here moving up, you could pin this one by attacking, and then swoop in from behind to encircle this division and destroy it. Does that make sense? Hashtag ad. I think it might be time to get like fighter focus. I know Kane will want me to use it to get... Actually, how many factories do we have? 28. So we can't do this for a while. We can do aviation earlier. But we should probably invent fighters and fighter 1s and then use the bonuses for fighters and fighter 3s. And then like only start producing them when we have fighter 3s, pretty much. We should also get CAS. I haven't actually opened the air screen yet, but yeah, good. China isn't throwing planes at us. Japan will have milled down most airplanes, I suspect. Jailer, it looks kind of like jailer to me, is Danish for a snowman at a carnival. Ah, cool. And you take individual divisions by pressing the split command repeatedly until you have the correct amount. Well, that'll be if you're moving them from like one front to another. In this case, like to select a unit, you just box select like this. You just select them like this. Or you could click if you wanted. Clicking though, if there's two types in a province, well, you select one of those types. So box selecting is usually the way to go. So yeah, in that case, just box select, attack. If you want the attack to stop, H, and they stop. Simple as that. Big attack, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, no. Easy wins. Easy rares, boys. No problems. There's absolutely no way a Brit can pronounce theta correctly. What is that called when it's not a theta? That is the symbol, right? For theta? I mean, I'm sure it's other things as well, like in this case, but it looks to me like a theta. Can push back down here. It's fine. Theta, oh my god. Well, it's theta! That's a theta. I could doing a really in-depth micro cards tutorial on YouTube would make you famous. I do intend to do that. Like, how to micro frontline well. It is, but it's used very differently in your language. That makes sense. Makes sense. What I'll probably do with the micro thing is I'll get someone to play against me in multiplayer, but like have them take instructions and then explain stuff. You saw your co-op campaign with Christo and tried to reenact it last night yourself, Adaway. Which co-op? The the loss as Germany. You really did not roll over the Italian front, and I struggled hard as well. Yeah, the Italian front is tough. I'm sure Kane will tell us. If we just built a lot of casts, then it would be a cakewalk. And he's probably right. That might be a good thing for us to do together, Christo. You could teach me. Yeah, it could be good. Yeah, I like that idea. Romania has capitulated. Really? Oh, right, yeah, to the Soviets, not to Germany. I was going to say. Oh, it's one tile away. What is this, Italy? What are you doing? France has got, yeah, they've got their national unity pretty high. Still haven't got defensive strategies done because the strengthened government support thing is still around for another 6 months-ish. This is still, like, too close on this front line. 3k down. Maybe I should do some... oh yeah, that's a good thing. We should definitely get that. Probably, almost certainly get that. Ahead of time industry? I don't know. Let's go with the early infantry equipment. The reason we're getting a big deficit on infantry equipment, of course, is because we've been launching lots of offensives, but we also recently changed our infantry equipment from level 1 to level 2, so it's always going to cause a deficit. Oh, yeah, the hitting S thing is when, like, if you select 3 and then you hit S down to 1 if you just want to select 1. Yes, that is how you do that. You just select hit S a bunch of times. Simple stuff, really. Once you know it, you know, it's locked away. Useful. So China, you're gonna say uncle soon. 65%. You basically need to take a lot of these. China takes a lot of freaking capitulating, which is very historical. You know, they've been on and off civil war since like 1911, so they're used to it. Used to war. Oh, didn't expect him to break so quick. Right, let's try and counterattack in here. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. No, Japan, I won't give you a non-aggression pact. Oh god, there's pressure on Chongqing again. Actually, encirclement pressure. This is very bad. This absolutely cannot be allowed. But I don't know if there's a huge amount I can do to stop it. Be nice to take this tile. Fall of Warsaw. Soviets have marched into Poland. It's ironic because the Soviets are like the absolute saviors of the Germans right now by cutting off their eastern front. Anyway, what's new in the world of philosophy? Well, there's been some interesting developments in the philosophy of language recently. Mary Lang, who I'm proud to say is a member of our faculty here at York University, has been putting forward some interesting ideas in the philosophy of mathematics. You've taken over Europe now in 1940, but you suffered 300,000 losses doing so versus 600,000 allied losses. That seems unsustainable. That's not that unsustainable. You can take millions of losses. Germany has ridiculous manpower stores. Cease these offensives. Good. Nice defensible line down here now. All the way along, really. Apart from right there, but we're fixing that already. New developments in philosophy. Respectfully, Adaway, you don't know what you're talking about. There are lots of areas where new ground is broken in philosophy. Maybe not as consistently as some other areas, but there have been big leaps and strides. Like the shift to postmodernism, although I disagree with it. The thing about philosophy is people like talking about progress in philosophy is highly questionable, because like, is it progress if you actually think the previous guys were right? Sorry, there's no uptime. We've been up for 2 hours now. Using the Dutch East Indies for manpower for port defense. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you're fine with with puppets. If you like the puppet mechanics, then yeah, puppets are a great way to get lots of manpower. They've diverted a lot of men away from our front, which I suspect means the Japanese are going to start having trouble in things like this naval invasion. I'd like to take control of some more provinces to get the extra manpower, but I mean, right now I think the best we can do is hold and recuperate. Let's get paramilitarism. It's good. Just generally, it's useful. This is hilarious, by the way. The fact that India has split. I'm very pleased about that. Fall of Nanking. It's a big development. Big, big, big. 73%. Still, these central, as I said before, you know, these big ones need to do it. 3.5 million manpower being on Indochina. Bring it on, Russia. Yeah. Yeah, you can get a huge amount of manpower out of those places. We actually still don't quite control Yunnan. That is unacceptable to me. But not easily rectifiable with our current levels of strength on these divisions. Wow, they're really bad. 61%. That's so bad. Down 5,000. Okay, yeah, we just need to sit here right now and recover. Do our best to hold with what we have and minimize losses. How much longer are we streaming for? I don't know. What is it now? 9:15? A while longer. Assassination. No, sorry, the first freaking historical thing to happen in this mental game. So Belgium has taken the Rhineland and wants juicy factories there in Cologne. Germany has finally broken the Maginot. Probably because of Italian assistance from behind. Pocket has widened to 2. Much less of an issue now. Czechoslovakia, MVP, by the way, almost certainly. These 60 divisions, they've been really doing work, managing to hold this long. Czechoslovakia, AI Czechoslovakia in 1940. It's very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Speed 5. So we're just recovering manpower right now. Not recovering manpower, sorry, recovering equipment. Yeah, we're probably not going to switch straight to infantry equipment 3. We might wait till the China War's over. Much as I don't like slowing down, because it's just time for the Japanese to gain war score. I don't want to throw manpower away, but no. No, I'm being foolish. We should keep pushing if we at all can, because gaining ground in this war is effectively gaining manpower. Alright, see you later, Gandalf. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. I find it kind of cheesy you can just change the template to a puppet template and not need the manpower shipped all the way from Asia. Yeah. It still takes time to reinforce back up the manpower, doesn't it? -2, no Union of the Red Dragons. I'm sorry. We need the justification time for a world conquest. It's just, it's practically necessary to be fascist to do a world conquest. Just because of the justification buff. You can do it as a communist, it just takes crazy long. Takes like 2 in-game days or so. Really? You enforce like 10% a week or something. Rip Poland, yeah. DDR Jake is displeased. Well, DDR Jake lost in his Bhutan run, so we're not taking his advice. Much as I like his EU4 plays, we're going to stick with our glorious Thunder Dragon Empire. Invest army XP. I mean, there's not much to spend on right now, really. I could keep buffing up like our future template, but not a huge deal of point. Got the defensive doctrine. Good. How's offensive doctrine coming? 55%. Be nice. We can do that. How many people live in Paris in HOI? You can't tell, but if you want to know how many people live in Centre... Sorry. In Ile-de-France, 7.5 million. Are you bashing DDR? No. I didn't find his Let's Plays that entertaining. He did fantastic work as a project leader for EU4, though. I have the highest respect for the work he did there. Lots of great changes happened under his leadership. I was never a huge fan of his Let's Plays. if I'm being honest. Not my style of play. I'm not in for the kind of super gamey stuff. Japan, German right to declare war on the Soviet Union. Why would you do this? You fool, Himmler. They were your salvation, and now they shall be your destruction. If you weren't communist, you would have gotten a 5th research slot. What? Why? We're not joining a faction. Himmler stash, that's why. Why would we have got a 5th research slot? I don't think you're correct. And plus we had to go fascist, because of the manpower. Himmler, what? Hitler got assassinated because he was at war with the Allies while Czechoslovakia still existed, which leads to a relatively likely event, which causes a assassination. People storm into his palace or whatever and shoot him, and then Himmler takes over instead. Excuse me. Excuse me. My throat is beginning to go, but I would like to beat China before I stop part 1 of this series. I think it's time to throw up the aircraft designer. We're going to start inventing some planes, which we'll want for our next war. Hitler got himself killed. Hitler got himself killed as Himmler felt him up in an alley. What are you talking about? Lewd suggestions on my stream. That's what it sounds like anyway. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? What? This is bad. This is, like, extremely bad. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, yeah. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be really tough. You were the guy with the crush on that one guy's hair. I didn't have a crush on his hair. Well, on the bright side, we get Sinkiang without going to war with the communists. On the downside, we might actually lose. Who would you say caused the biggest humanitarian disaster? Hitler or Himmler? A humanitarian disaster doesn't really capture things like the Holocaust for me. I wouldn't call them a humanitarian disaster. I'd call them like a genocide. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean like was there some famine that they caused that you would more commonly refer to as a humanitarian disaster? Actual war crimes. Well, I'm totally ignorant of Himmler's war crimes, so I'd have to say Hitler. But I say that from a place of complete ignorance, so don't take it for anything. Yeah, this is bad. Well, obviously we have to go full hold-fast mode on the Eastern Front here, while we redeploy some men. Fortunately, Sinkiang is not launching straight away. Denying the Holocaust, eh? I'm not denying the Holocaust. I'm just saying I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a humanitarian disaster. It's, you know, awful. It's a bad, bad thing. It's a war crime. No, wait. Holocaust a war crime? Holocaust is sometimes regarded as a war crime, isn't it? But it's not really a war crime. Because it was committed against civilians. It's just a genocide. Well, parts of the Holocaust were committed against Soviet civilians, which I guess, and partisans, which I guess could be considered combatants. It's a genocide, yeah. Genocide is just it's a better, less ambiguous way of describing it. All right, do I need to do this for kamikaze? It doesn't seem that useful. National unity obviously doesn't matter. Let's go down here just to get the bonuses for whenever we want to use them. The whole thing was genocide, even against non-Jews. Yeah, of course. The distinction between like Jews and non-Jews killed in the Holocaust is stupid, as far as I'm concerned. Let's get concentrated a bit early. Holocaust was not a disaster. Christo 2018. Not what I said. Everybody knows that's not what I said. But I can appreciate the meme. I think we should delete the cav, to be honest. We only have 2 cav? What the heck happened to all our other cav? We have more than 2 cav. Twisting words of it. Research slot 2 seems to have not been completed on a focus tree. Yes, it's because we need 50 factories, which we currently do not have. And honestly aren't likely to have anytime soon. You did say it. I didn't say it. I said it is not. It was not a humanitarian disaster as such, because humanitarian disaster to me means like a natural disaster. It got overrun. The cav though, cav retreats real fast. We're down to 29 divisions. Wow. Did I not notice like a huge pocket somewhere? Blame Kane. Yeah. Anyway, moving on from Holocaust discussion. Not the most cheerful topic. I aim to keep it relatively light on these streams. Not saying you can't mention stuff that isn't light-hearted, but you know, bringing general, you know, positive atmosphere. I know I've told the story before, but I started HOI streaming because I thought the kind of community around HOI streaming was so negative. Either because it was people that didn't really understand the game very well, like Arumba, and no disrespect to Arumba. You know, he's a brilliant Let's Player, and I really enjoyed, all his Let's Plays, pretty much. I think I've watched all of them. Well, up until the time I started streaming. I don't have enough time to watch Let's Plays much anymore. But he's pretty freaking awesome. I like the guy. I like his attitude, and I like his streaming style. But he was not very good at HOI, and he not being very good at it really didn't enjoy it, and that came across a lot in the negativity in his Let's Plays. And he knows this. Like, I don't think this counts as insulting when it's like, you know, agreed. But yeah, that came across a bit too much for me, and I thought that what's his name, Benjamin Magnus, did nothing. I didn't mute it. If you heard that previous cough, I'm sorry. I did try to click the mute button. Yeah, Benjamin Magnus, all he did was complain that it wasn't HOI 3, which obviously, you know, is not productive or entertaining to listen to. So I decided that the, you know, what it needed was me. To be sunny and positive and enjoy HOI4. So that's what I endeavoured to bring. But there you go. There's the story of where I started my channel for like the 10th time. The problem is these mountains are going to be an absolute pain. Where's our breakthrough? Like here, maybe? 3, you got 80%. Capital won't be enough, I don't think. We should just plan. Let's just let them plan. But the thing is, like, with 1 division per tile, like, we can't redeploy if they break us. We're basically just... What? China's at war. Germany. Oh, Japan. Stop giving land in China to Germany. Next patch will fix that, of course, because Japan's not going to be in the Axis. When? Multiplayer? I don't know. What about feedback gaming? His content seems to be the only current one on HOI4 these days. Excuse me? What am I? But I haven't really watched many of feedback's Let's Plays. I don't like really exploity stuff, but I don't like not min-maxy enough either. And like, he uses battle plans and stuff, which I don't like. But he seems nice. But like I say, I don't really watch Let's Plays anymore. I watch some Northern Line stuff, like as a, oh, for God's sake, but like as a podcast style. I don't kind of watch as he plays stuff. But yeah, I do. Northern Line's basically the only Let's Player that I still actually watch. Now that I have my. Occasionally I go onto Adaway's videos and comment stuff. And like listen to 5 minutes and then comment something annoying. They broke through in the north. Yeah, I see that. We're withdrawing. You should be strategically deploying. Mustn't let them take this tile, as ever. Then teach me the ways of manual frontline control, great master, and I shall abandon the ways of the feedback. I will do a video on, like, extensively going into manual frontline control. For sure, because that seems like an area where... Well, that's the easiest way to improve your play. Taking manual control of your front lines makes you so many times better. Bulgaria wants to send us infantry equipment. That's funny. What's next? Yeah, extra defense all around. Seems pretty good. People here are like, dude, have you heard of this button that makes your troops go? You get comments telling me off for not using battle plans. People are like, dude, have you heard of this? That's really funny. I don't think I've seen that. I've had people ask, like, why aren't you using battle plans? But I've never had them, like, thinking I didn't know battle plans exist. It's really funny. Difficult for multiplayer, though. What? What's difficult for multiplayer? Manual control? No, manual control is essential. What's his name? Tommy uses auto control and then micros, and I will... One day I'll 1v1 him, and I'll show you why that's a terrible idea. Because it's a terrible idea. Germany better not be getting tons of war score for, like, bombing China or something. No, good. They're up to more than 2,000. We're at 450 almost. Getting there. Come on, China, just rush capitulate them, please. Please. Have I taken a single tile from you? No, we need to take a single tile from Sinkiang so they count as affected by the war. Or does killing some of their units count? I can't remember. These are mountains, but... I mean, you are mountaineers. Earn your wages. Let's all attack at once. It's not going to work. Not even close. Well, we might have to just peace out against Sinkiang. If they stay in the Chinese United Front, though, which they won't, because they might disband it. Disappointment when multiplayer. There'll be a multiplayer, but you know me. I'm a short-term kind of guy. Short notice kind of guy, excuse me. I don't do these things very far ahead in advance. It was tactical withdrawal. Very nice defensive ability, tactical withdrawal. United Kingdom just seized West Bengal. That's funny. Oh, that's how the Soviet war with the Allies started, of course. Czechoslovakia, you're a beast. How are you still alive? How do you still have 35 divisions? Especially during encirclements, your troops go bonkers reshuffling. Yeah, that's annoying. But it's kind of realistic in a way. Like, your guys lose organization when they're being encircled. Like, they're going to go crazy. But yeah, it can be irritating. You basically just have to get used to it. Get good, essentially. You have to get good at really reorganizing when your troops get encircled. And it's really tricky, but once you get good at it, then it's really useful. Real useful, excuse me. You can tell my voice is going slightly. I really want to win this war. And I'm kind of just leaning on the Japanese right now. Also just doing the focuses for the sake of it. No! Czechoslovakia. I'm sorry, Czechoslovakia. I'm amazed the Axis are pulling this out. Like, this is ridiculous. Come on, Soviets. Own your salt. Of course, the Axis won't capitulate. Because Japan's in the Axis. Oh, wait, has Japan been called against the Allies? They haven't! So if Germany and Italy fall before they call Japan, the Axis will capitulate. Which means we'll have to, like, 1v1 the Soviets while they're not at war with anyone. Best advice ever, just get good. I didn't say just get good, I said get good at one specific aspect of the game. And that is perfectly valid advice, in my opinion. Our steel woes are going to become, in fact, did just become dire, because we don't have any convoys. That's a problem. That's a real big problem. So I found the way to speak in multiplayer. Nice. How come? You get a mic? What do you mean you found the way? HOI4 was scary. HOI4 is a crazy, scary game for a new player. It's if you're new to Paradox Grand Strategies, it's pretty scary. If you're coming out of HOI3, you're amazed by how not scary it is. Because compared to HOI3, like HOI4 it's simplified. And I think it's simplified in a lot of good ways. There's some ways I want more depth, but honestly, looking at a lot of the dev diaries and things, I'm getting that depth. So I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. Come on, Japan, pull your weight. I'm a tiny little 1 province minor. Alright, 2 province minor. Australia. What? So Japan gives land in Japan to Germany, and then Australia naval invades it. That's hilarious. Why is British Malaya orange? There we go. Don't know what that was. Australia. HOI4 is substantially easier to be good at than EU3. EU4 in single player. Yes. Well, it depends. Excuse me. Sorry, yawning rather a lot. It depends on what you mean, because, like, in EU4, if you lost one war, you're not terrible. Whereas in HOI4, if you lose one war, you know, game over. So, like, it's easier to be good at one. I think you are just right, and I'm clutching at straws. Something in your computer settings isn't set correctly, so you'll use your phone. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. They've pulled men from our front, so the Japanese should expect a push. Well, at least Sinkiang isn't launching offensives, because I think an all-out Sinkiang offensive would capitulate us right now. Ooh, we can get some from Norway too. Nice. We are on the gain now. They appear to be withdrawing. That's good. Until these guys actually advance, I'm moving these guys onto the front. I mean, if you look at the number of different mechanics. Yeah, you're probably right. Is Japan or with the Allies? No, they're not. Quick survey, hardest PDX game. Of the modern generation, it's obviously Victoria, if you wanted to get in depth with it, I think. Sinkiang, what country is that part of today? Sinkiang? That's China. No. Yeah. That's China. Right? P-Rock. Yeah, sorry. I guess. In this using this nomenclature, P-Rock. E4 is massive for a newcomer. Yeah, absolutely true. It's a lot to get into, but once you get into it, there's so much depth, and it's so good. I finally completed a true one-tag world conquest of EU4 yesterday, or like 3 days ago. It was awesome. I managed to conquer the entire world without a single subject, including colonial nations, and I converted every province in the game to Catholic. It's a good time. Oh, Adore, did you hear me earlier, by the way? I'm YouTube famous. I went onto a random other streamer and like said hello and stuff, and then just as I was leaving, they recognized that I was Count Christo, and they said they watched my videos. I've been recognized. Love you for your favorite game to date. Probably true of me too. In terms of like raw enjoyment playing it, but it's more spread enjoyment. Like there have been games where I've enjoyed an hour's play session a lot more than playing EU4. But EU4 definitely has given me the most enjoyment of any game. I mean, like, what else do we need? Let's get a ground support expert. Not that it's going to be useful for us right now. What country did the world conquest on one faith with? Austria. It was baby's first world conquest. I mean, I've done other world conquests, obviously, but Austria is just by far the best for one faith, in my opinion, because you can have Yes! Wish it had capitulated to me, but still, yes. That's really good. Peace deal? Peace deal? Peace deal? Peace deal with Sinkiang! Please let me take this one province. Yes! That's real good. Okay. Sorry, I'll return to talking about my whatever you want in a second, but I need to... I thought I'd hit done then. Well, you know, we didn't get a huge amount out of it. Didn't get everything we'd occupied, but we got what matters. Peace in our time. You didn't read my chat messages. Sorry, Russian, what did you say? P-Rock, also known as East Turkmenistan. Ah, cool. Good to know. Thank you. Well, there we go. The Thunder Dragon Empire. An empire of 70 million souls. Very cool. Very cool. So, next, I guess, we turn on India and use this little section to crush out in here. That puts us at war with the Soviet Union. Oh, which is now at war with Japan, so they will come in here. That's a problem. I mean, you got just 400 minutes. Okay, we might have to go toward the Allies instead. But, as I said earlier, this is going to mark the end of this series. I think we will go toward the Allies. But yeah, there we go. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. We took in some substantial gains. Let's save it up. This is... come on. Open my save file, please. How much would HOI, with the next update, have to add to reach EU4 depth? Honestly, it's still a lot. The peacetime management in EU4 is so much more substantial. And the thing is, EU4 is growing all the time. So, unless like EU4's development cycle just ends, and honestly, I don't see that happening soon. Not that I'm not speaking from a position of knowledge. Don't take that as a paradox statement or anything. But Thunder Dragon Empire, end of part 1. Did that just save? I think I might have misclicked. Not Iron Man re. Yeah, but you know I haven't save scummed because you've just watched me do it all in a row. Yeah, Special Forces will be useful because we should be getting this and this pretty soon. Well, they're still updating CK2, so EU4 has a while to go. Well, I mean, it's theoretically possible that people lose interest in EU4 faster than they did in CK2. I doubt it, though. Although, see, the thing is, CK2 has more, like, play it once every 3 months appeal to me, where you come in, you know, have one crazy story, because, like, CK2 is much more, like, you play a story with, you know, wacky twists and turns, and you marry the occasional horse and all that stuff. Whereas EU4 is a lot more kind of playing a game to me. So EU4 is that you play it for longer, but I think there are longer gaps. If you burn out in EU4, I think there'd be a longer gap before you play it again. CK2 is more immersive, absolutely. It's very, very immersive. Although if you roleplay Victoria, you can make that pretty immersive as well. It takes more roleplay than CK2 though. EU4 you play a country, CK2 you play a king. Well, technically, a character, because you know you don't have to be a king. You can be a count. You don't even have to be feudal. You can be a Khan or a patrician or a horse. Well, a horse can be a king or a patrician or a Khan. I've never seen a horse lord that's actually a horse. I should tell. What's her name? I'm embarrassed. I can't pronounce her name, and I'm embarrassed. My co-worker, the community ambassador for CK2, Genghis horse. I know you can be a devil spawn and slave humanity. Yeah, CK2 is more wacky. Anyway, that's the end of part 1. I know it doesn't look like we've made a huge amount of progress, but we have. Like, our manpower pool is so much more substantial than it was, and that will allow us to gain India. And India has all the manpower we need. So, until next time, thank you ever so much for watching, and I shall see you then. Bye bye, everybody.